Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'll be testing out another new foundation, and this is the foundation from JCAT Aqua Compact Foundation. So before we start on the review and how I apply on my face, let's see what this foundation does. So first of all, I did purchase this on the JCAT website, their official JCAT beauty website, and this is retails for $13.99 for this compact foundation, which is more of a drugstore price, which is nice. But this compact foundation only comes in 2, 4, 6, 8 shades, and I got this in the shade ACF 102 Natural, and this is the second lightest shade in the shade range. So when I purchased this foundation, it does come with this little brochure and said what this foundation it turns you. So first of all, the first one, it says finely milled, luxurious silky texture that minimizes the appearance of pores, and this is like a huge difference. I'm gonna show you guys here. From this, it would turn you to this finish when you apply this foundation, which is crazy if it really does give you that minimize pores finish after applying. And second of all, it does absorb and balance excess oil without creasing or looking cakey, which I needed on my oily skin. And third, it says innovative technology with water lock system to maintain moisture within the powder. So it does give you moisture when you apply this powder on top of your face. And last but not least, it does provide medium to full coverage for a natural flawless complexion, and that we have to test it out today later on. So on the back side of this paper, it says ingredient benefit. It does have cactus flower extract and chamomile, and also chlorella. I'm not sure how to pronounce all these things. And also this is from Los Angeles, cruelty free, color swatch. As you can see, there's only 2, 4, 6, 8 shade right here. And at the bottom, it does have instruction. It says how to use it. So prep your skin with JCAT Beauty H2O Fresh Dewy Hydrating Face Primer. Swipe and blend with the sponge that it gives you in the application. And also, foundation can be used wet or dry, or fuller coverage damp and use the sponge application. So this foundation, you can use it as damp, but usually with powder foundation, I don't like to wet my sponge and go back into the compact because it just turns your compact foundation bad really quickly, I feel like. So this compact powder, it does only last you for 12 months, and this comes in 0.31 fluid ounce. And usually like a foundation, it does give you 1 fluid ounce, but with a compact foundation, I don't know what typically it comes in with a compact one. So 0.31 it is on this compact foundation. So let's quickly talk about the compact foundation packaging. So this is what the outside looks like. It's just a real like regular like drugstore foundation, compact foundation. It is made with plastic, and when you open it, it does come with a mirror, and also this is what the actual compact foundation looks like. When you open this up, it does come in with this little sponge that it comes with the compact foundation. But I really don't recommend using this unless you have to bring this out and retouch your face. So this is what it looks like. So now let's get into the application and see how this works on my oily skin. Okay guys, so let's test this out, and I got this compact in the shade Natural, and this is what it looks like. So right off the bat, when you open it on the compact inside, it does have a mirror. You have to peel this sleeve off, and this is a compact powder. It comes with a pad, like a face puff that it applies your face. So first of all, I'm gonna swatch this color on my hand and see how it feels. Oh, it feels not super powdery, but it does comes out a first layer of product. I don't know if you guys can see here. The first layer product is like laying around the edge of this compact, and I'm just hoping this shade would match my skin tone because I only got one shade here. So this is what the shade looks like on my hand. So what I'm gonna do first is using the puff that it comes with it, and then I'm gonna use another puff to try out and see the differences. So now I'm just gonna press in the product and apply it on my face. Oh, I forgot to mention for primer today, I only use my Tatcha sunscreen as a primer as well. So this is the Silken Pore Perfecting Sunscreen from Tatcha. I really like this when I'm lazy and I need sunscreen. I just put this on without any primer and it acts like a primer, so I really like this stuff. So on my under eye, I did use this Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I did put it on my under eye area to brighten up my dark circle. So now I'm just gonna apply more on this side of my face. Actually, I should have used my concealer before applying this powder compact. So I'm just gonna apply this with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. Because I forgot this is a powder, it's not a liquid foundation. So you do have to layer liquid product first before applying a powder. Okay, now I'm gonna set this with my Laura Mercier setting powder on my under eye because I do have very oily eyelid, and anything that on my face is really oily, it gets. So I'm just gonna dab this underneath my eye area. So I like to set my under eye with the powder with my sponge, and I just dab off the excess product and put it underneath my eye to set that so it won't turn out super cakey. Okay, under eye is set. I'm just gonna go with this puff and apply this foundation on my face. So right off the bat I can see it's a very matte finish of a powder and it's not applying as smooth as I want it to be with this sponge. So now with this side of my face, I'm gonna use this sponge right here. So this is a sponge that it was recommended by Tati when she was using this compact foundation, but I don't know how this application works, so now we're gonna try this out. And I know this is a lot more intense while using this application because Tati said this gives you a lot more coverage than the sponge that it gives you with the compact. And I feel like this compact powder, it's just a very natural way to apply your foundation. It gives you a very nice complexion, and I'm not sure if this buildable or it just turns out cakey. And also I don't recommend building this out with a lot of powder on top because powder over powder, it just gives you a very cakey looking on your face. So I feel like this natural like 1 or 2 layer of foundation on your face is just help to cover up your complexion, but not necessarily cover up your darkness on your face or the acne scar. So I tried building it up on this section and I feel like it doesn't cover up much. It just gives you a very nice complexion, natural looking on your face. And one thing with using compact powder, I feel like you can't really set it with your setting powder because you don't want to layer powder on top again. So I feel like it really depends how this powder works on your skin type, and I do have oily skin, so I'm really excited to see if this would control my oil and how it stays with my natural oil come through. And also one thing, is really hard to purchase the foundation online. I purchased this on their JCAT official website because they don't sell anywhere else, as I believe, but that's a place that I purchased this foundation, and I only look at what Tati swatches and the swatches online, so that's how I pick up this shade. So I feel like it's still workable with this shade, but it's not the perfect one I want it to be on my face. But so far my first impression, I really like the natural finish. It's not giving me that powdery finish on my face, and I really like the natural coverage that it gives me. And I'm very surprised with the compact powder it worked that way, because as a compact powder I feel like it just gives me that very powdery look that I don't like on my face. That's why I'm always using like a liquid foundation. But now this kind of amazed me how it works on my face and how it blends. And now the time is 12:30, so this is the time that when we apply this foundation on and see how it lasts throughout the day on my oily skin. So now I'm just gonna finish up my makeup and I'll be right back. Yeah, so now the makeup's done and I'm gonna go through what I use on my face first and then see how my first impression on this foundation. So first of all, my contour, I use my Becca contour in Sunrise Waves. This is what the highlighter with the bronzer looks like, and this is what I look on my contour. And for my blush today, I use this Laura Mercier in the shade Ginger. This is their new blush collection, and this is what it looks like. It's a very natural peachy color for my light medium skin tone. And to set my under eye, I also use my lower missing. I said it earlier, this is like my to-go to set my under eye, and it just stay on the whole day. And for my highlighter, I use my Kylie Cosmetic loose highlighter. This is in the shade Santorini, and this is what I use and what the shade looks like in the pen. And how I use it, I usually just dip my brush on the cap and just apply it on the high points of my cheeks. And this is something that I already mentioned it in my last two favorites video. I really like it, and it's very similar to ColourPop but less pigmented, but this is a lot more natural finish, but you can still see the reflection on my cheekbones. And for my brows today, I did use this Brow Contour Pro from Benefit. This is like their pen, like a switchy pen version, and I really like it. I did use it on my brows today. I love the finish and love the color. It matches my skin tone, my hair color, so it's like something that I've been loving in this week. And to set my brow hair, I did use this Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Gel in the shade Grind, and I feel like this is like the second darkest shade, and I don't have any feelings review about this. Yeah, I do have to try out. This is my first time trying this out, so I'll let you guys know later on. And last but not least, to set off this makeup, I did use my Scandinavia the makeup finishing spray in the bridal version. So this is something that it will hold my makeup through the whole day, even though I have oily skin, so I already applied this to set off the hard work. So that's all the items that I used on my face today. And moving on, my first impression, I feel like the color, it developed a little pinker, like pinkier or pinker, I don't know what's the word. That's like the differences I'm seeing when it's settled on my face. It's kind of weird. I feel like this shade, it might be not as natural finish as I thought would be, because usually natural shade is more for a neutral tone, I feel like, but this is a lot pinker and darker than I thought. And this is what the pens look like, and this is what it looks like on my face. And I don't think it would turn the shade color, but when it combines it to my neck color, I feel like this is not matching my face and neck color with this natural shade. So that's just my thought right there, and I'm just gonna wear this out throughout the day and give you guys the feedback. But right now I feel like this just gave me a very natural, it feels like a liquid foundation with setting powder on my face. I don't see any shine, but it looks very natural on the face. So I don't feel like this is a very matte finish, and I feel like this is like a CC cream or my YSL On-One Glow foundation set with the setting powder finish, and it just gives me that very natural finish that I like. So I'm very amazed with this compact powder because it does give me a very nice complexion, and I'm amazed how natural finish that it looks. It looks very natural without kickiness, like powdery finish on top of my face, and I'm liking it right now. It doesn't give me a full light medium coverage, but I feel like it gives me that very natural, like my skin but better finish on my face. So even though I have a dark spot right here, my acne scar, it doesn't cover it much, but it just gives me my overall nice complexion on my face that I'm liking, and it's very natural finish. It's just like my skin but better kind of finish. I really like it. So now I'm just gonna wear this throughout the day, and I'll give you guys my feedback after 5 or 8 hours more and see how this acts on my oily skin, and I'll see you guys later. Okay guys, so I'm back and it is now 9:43 p.m. So I've been wearing this foundation, I would say 9 hours. Yes, I did wear this foundation for 9 hours, and usually on my 4 hours mark I do get oily, and with this foundation, nothing new, I do get very oily during the 4 hours mark. And right now this is what it looks like on my face. I'm gonna zoom you guys in to see the details, but right now if you guys look far away from me, I feel like it still looks fine, it's just oily. And if you guys close up into my face, you guys see the details, how it looks. So now it's close up, and you can see on my chin area, it's just break down the foundation. It kind of break apart on this section. And I feel like my concealer is still stays super matte, because I did set it with my Lower Missing Setting Powder, and usually with this concealer, it does give me a very matte and longevity on this concealer on my face. And no matter how long I wear my Too Faced concealer, it just stays like this matte finish and nothing moves. But then around my chin area, you guys can see on this part and this part, it just breaking apart and it starts getting very oily, and my nose area is super oily because usually that's where I get super oily on my T-zone. Even though I'm oily, but on my T-zone area, I'm super oily. My forehead is looking oily, but it didn't break apart. It's just that my nose area is breaking apart because the oil come through. It just kind of separate my foundation. And overall, I feel like this foundation, it does give you a very nice light to medium coverage, and I don't think it will give me like a medium to full coverage. But on this compact foundation, I feel like it doesn't last as long as my other matte liquid foundation, because either way it's just a compact foundation and I didn't set it with my setting powder, and usually with my liquid foundation I can set it with my setting powder. But I feel like with my compact foundation, if I'm putting more powder on powder, it just kind of layer the powder on top and it just looks a lot cakey on my face. So I feel like this compact foundation, it does hold up pretty nice compared to other compact foundation, because usually on my oily skin, my compact foundation, it does break apart within 3 hours. But with this one, it does give you a very nice natural finish, and it does last me, I would say, on the 6 hours mark, it start breaking apart and getting a lot oilier. Okay, so guys, my final thought on this compact foundation is, as a compact foundation, I feel like this is a very natural way longevity. It looks very natural on my oily skin, but it doesn't last as long as my liquid foundation. Usually with my matte liquid foundation, it could wear up to 8 hours, but with this compact foundation, it does wear up to 5 to 6 hours on my oily skin. And I feel like this is the most natural finish compact powder that I've tried, and also it just gives me the natural finish that I like. It's not super powdery, it looks very natural on my face, and also it does give me a very nice light to medium coverage, and I won't say it will give you like a medium to full coverage. And I think you can build it up, but I don't want to look a lot cakey on my face. And I did use this to blend my foundation out, so it does give me a more coverage than the sponge that it comes with it. So I feel like this application, it really helps on the application. But I would say this foundation, it works nice as the 6 hours mark, and if you don't have to wear this foundation for long, and I would recommend this foundation because this is more like your skin but better looking foundation. It just helps to balance up your complexion. It's not necessary that it cover up your dark spot on your face, but it does give you a very nice natural finish, like your skin better finish. So if you guys are looking for something like this, like a natural finish compact foundation, and it does last you for 5 to 6 hours, then this is the compact foundation for you. But for me personally, I do wear foundation for up to 11 hours now because I do have to work full time, and this compact foundation, I don't think it works for my everyday look, but it would work for my weekend look because I do go showy and I do sometimes like to put on some powder on my face to look healthier. So this would be something that I would use occasionally when I don't want to do much makeup and I still want to look good. That kind of compact foundation that I would use. So that's all my foundation review, and I hope this video does help you guys to pick up this foundation. And if you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe down below if you guys want to see more foundation review or my videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!